Good morning, this is Mr. Reyes, here to show you that math is a skill that you can learn. So today we are learning all about how to solve inequalities when they have negative numbers. So we're going to start off with some things you already know, and we're going to build into how they work with something that's a little bit new. So please pay attention, even though you probably feel like this slide in front of you right now is pretty obvious. I'm going to show you why it's important later. So 5 is greater than 4. That seems pretty obvious. 5 circles and then 4 circles. 5 is bigger. There's not even a negative here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do things to both sides of the equation as though we were solving for x. So whenever you did something to one side, you did it to the other to keep it equal. So we're going to see how that works when they are inequalities, if we can do the same thing. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4. All right, that looks good. 20 is more than 16, so it's still true. That's good. That means we can do that just like we were with when it had the equal sign. Now, if we divide both these by 2, can we divide both sides by the same thing and it still be true? Yeah, 10 is still greater than 8. Now, can we subtract from both sides? Yeah, 6 is greater than 4. So all of our operations with negative numbers, with positive numbers, can be done just as we would with an equation when it's an inequality, when the sign is not an equal sign, but instead a greater than or less than sign. But what happens when we introduce negative numbers? So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 2. And now we have negative 12 is greater than negative 8. But if you were paying attention in the last video and the earlier part of this assignment, you know that's not true. Negative 12 is smaller than negative 8. It's further to the left on the number line. And if you had these guys talking about how far down they are underneath the ground, well, negative 12 is further below the ground. And you could also remember the number line. Negative 12 is further to the left than negative 6. So it's got to be less than. Therefore, looking at what we just did, we multiplied this by negative 2. This is true right now. 6 is greater than 4. But we multiplied by negative 2. All of a sudden, we've got this false statement right here. So what do? Well, we just flip the sign. And then all of a sudden it's true. So what the rule is, whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, you need to flip the inequality sign. That's it. And we have a wise man telling us that Mr. Reyes is correct. Solving an inequality is exactly the same as solving an equation, except if you divide or multiply by a negative number, you need to flip the sign. Look at that guy. You got to trust him. Look how wise he is.